Have you ever stared into the deep, dark woods and felt like something was staring back? Or maybe you've looked out at a vast, mysterious lake and wondered what secrets lie beneath its surface. For centuries, humans have told stories of incredible creatures, beasts that blur the line between myth and reality. From the towering Bigfoot to the elusive Loch Ness Monster, these legends have captured our imaginations. But are they just tall tales, or could there be a sliver of truth hiding in the shadows? Today, we're embarking on an epic investigation to separate fact from fiction. We're going to dive deep into the world of cryptozoology, the study of hidden animals, and explore the evidence, the eyewitness accounts, and the scientific skepticism surrounding the world's most famous legendary beasts. So grab your gear, keep an open mind, and get ready to journey into the unknown. First up, let's head to the dense, misty forests of the Pacific Northwest, the legendary home of Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch. This creature is described as a large, hairy, ape-like being that walks on two legs. The tales aren't new. Indigenous cultures of the region have stories of similar wild men figures going back generations. But the modern Bigfoot craze really took off in the 1950s. The most famous piece of evidence is the Patterson-Gimlin film from 1967. This short, grainy footage shows a large, hairy figure walking away into the trees. For decades, experts have debated its authenticity. Some say the creature's gait and muscle movements are impossible to fake, while skeptics argue it's just a man in a costume. What's fascinating is the sheer volume of sightings. Thousands of people have reported seeing Sasquatch, finding giant footprints, or hearing strange, unearthly howls in the night. Scientists, however, remain unconvinced. They point to a lack of physical evidence: no bodies, no bones, no definitive DNA. They suggest that most sightings can be explained as misidentified bears, hoaxes, or simply the power of suggestion. But what if it's a surviving species of Gigantopithecus, a giant ape thought to be extinct? It's a tantalizing idea, but without a specimen, Bigfoot remains firmly in the realm of legend. Now let's trade the forests for the water and travel across the Atlantic to Scotland, to the chilly deep waters of Loch Ness. This is the home of Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. Descriptions of this creature vary, but the most popular image is that of a plesiosaur, a long-necked marine reptile that lived alongside the dinosaurs. Stories of a water beast in the loch go back to the 6th century, but just like with Bigfoot, the modern legend exploded in the 20th century. The most iconic image, the surgeon's photograph from 1934, which appeared to show a head and neck rising from the water, was later revealed to be an elaborate hoax using a toy submarine. Despite this, the sightings continued. People have reported seeing humps moving through the water, strange wakes, and have captured sonar readings of large, unidentified objects moving in the depths. Loch Ness is incredibly deep and murky, making it the perfect hiding place. Scientists have conducted numerous sonar sweeps and even sent submarines down to explore. They've found no conclusive evidence of a large, unknown animal. The prevailing theory is that sightings are misidentifications of seals, large eels, or even logs and waves playing tricks on the eyes. Still, the mystery endures, drawing thousands of hopeful monster hunters to the shores of the loch every year. From the land and the water, let's turn our attention to the sky. Have you ever heard of the Mothman? This legend comes from Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Between 1966 and 1967, numerous locals reported seeing a terrifying creature. It was described as a large, winged, man-like figure with glowing red eyes. The sightings were often followed by a sense of dread, and were linked to a series of strange events in the area. The legend became tragically intertwined with real-life disaster. The peak of the Mothman sightings culminated in the collapse of the Silver Bridge in December 1967, which resulted in the loss of 46 lives. After the tragedy, the Mothman was never seen again. This led to a popular theory that the creature was some kind of supernatural harbinger of doom, a warning of the impending catastrophe. Skeptics offer more grounded explanations. They suggest the Mothman was likely a large bird, like a sandhill crane or gray horned owl, which can have a large wingspan and eyes that reflect light, making them appear to glow red. The atmosphere of fear and the subsequent bridge collapse likely fueled the supernatural narrative, turning a case of mistaken identity into a chilling local legend. Now let's journey to the Himalayas, the highest mountain range on Earth. Here, we find the legend of the Yeti, or the abominable snowman. Similar to its North American cousin, Bigfoot, the Yeti is described as a large, ape-like creature that inhabits the snowy remote peaks. The legend is deeply ingrained in the folklore of the local Sherpa people. The term abominable snowman was actually a mistranslation by a Western journalist in the 1920s. For the local people, the Yeti is a real creature of the mountains to be respected and feared. The most compelling evidence for the Yeti has always been large, mysterious footprints found in the snow. Famed mountaineer Eric Shipton's 1951 photograph of a large, clear footprint sparked worldwide interest. However, modern science has offered a potential solution. DNA analysis of supposed Yeti samples' hair, bone, and skin has repeatedly linked them to known animals. Most samples have turned out to be from the Himalayan brown bear or the Tibetan blue bear. These bears are known to live in the region and can walk on their hind legs, and when their front and rear paw prints overlap in the snow, they can create a single, large human-like track. So, while the romantic image of a mysterious mountain ape persists, the scientific evidence points to Luke squarely at a local and very real bear. Let's head south to Latin America, to the legend of the chupacabra, which translates to goat sucker. This is a more modern legend, first reported in Puerto Rico in the 1990s. The original descriptions were of a bizarre, bipedal creature, about 3 to 4 feet tall, with large, alien-like eyes and spikes down its back. It was blamed for a series of livestock deaths, where animals, particularly goats, were found drained of their blood. The legend quickly spread throughout Latin America and into the southern United States. However, the description of the creature began to change. The more common image of the chupacabra today is that of a strange, hairless, dog-like animal. And this is where a scientific explanation comes in. Biologists have examined the carcasses of these so-called chupacabras and found that they are almost always coyotes, dogs, or raccoons suffering from a severe case of sarcoptic mange. This parasitic skin disease causes animals to lose their fur, their skin to become thick and wrinkled, and it weakens their 免疫系统, making them look monstrous and sick. A weak, mangy coyote might be more likely to attack easy prey like livestock, and the puncture wounds from its teeth could be misinterpreted as the creature sucking blood. So in this case, the monster is very real, but it's a familiar animal transformed by disease. So after our journey around the globe, what have we found? Bigfoot, Nessie, Mothman, the Yeti, the chupacabra, are they real? The hard scientific evidence is overwhelmingly absent. We have no bodies, no definitive DNA, no clear, undisputed proof for any of these creatures. Most of the evidence can be explained by misidentification, hoaxes, or natural phenomena. But does that mean we should just dismiss these legends? I don't think so. These stories are a vital part of our culture. They represent our fascination with the unknown, our desire to believe that the world is still full of mystery and wonder. They tap into our primal fears of the dark and what might be lurking just beyond the firelight. Whether it's a bear in the snow, a wave on the loch, or a coyote with mange, our minds sometimes want to see a monster. These legends encourage us to look closer at the natural world, to ask questions, and to keep exploring. Perhaps one day, a truly new large species will be discovered, and it will prove that there was a grain of truth in the old stories all along. Until then, the search continues and the legends live on. What do you think? Have you ever had a brush with the unexplained? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures into the unknown. See you next time!